This is David Griffin with Infowars.com bringing you a special report. I'm going to expose the New World Order's hidden front lines in its attack on America. America's greatest hour will not come from black helicopters, FEMA camps, or foreign troops on our soil. I'm also going to expose the #1 accomplice to this New World Order.
I'm Marcus Carter. I'm the Executive Officer at Kitsap Rifle and Revolver Club in Bremerton, Washington.
Do not look for the New World accomplice at the front lines in Washington, D.C. Look for them at the county level. They'll be your neighbors. People who are not only willing to give up their rights, but your rights, in the name of environmental health and public safety.
The health district said that they had received complaints that there would be violations of the Clean Water Act.
For decades, America's been brainwashed by the UN to give up their rights based on two ideas: environmental health and public safety.
The lawsuit that was brought against us that has us currently shut down to live fire operations is based on nuisance, the noise, and safety. And now based on some imagined possible future damage, we're totally shut down at this time.
Environmental health is reason #1 your neighbors will have the police state take your rights away.
We had adopted and have been exceeding the Environmental Protection Agency's standards for outdoor shooting ranges.
Reason #2, public safety, is why your neighbors will have the police state take your rights away.
The county is utilizing their police powers as they see it to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of Kitsap County. That seems to be an ongoing theme when most any governmental entity wants to shut down some sort of historic activity or something that's not politically correct. They seem to hit on their police power as they see it, although it doesn't seem like they read the rest of the definition of police power, which also says that it has to fall under constitutional limitations as well.
And how did Kitsap County stay within the limitations of the Constitution?
The Kitsap County Prosecutor's Office, in a long list of discovery questions, asked a series of questions that was quite troublesome. They asked for a complete list of our members, their contact information, a list of every gun they own, a list of any guests brought out, and all of the guns they own.
It's not just about Second Amendment rights.
But we have constitutional law classes, and I believe that, again, those are some of those sorts of activities that are frowned upon by people in the establishment.
Let's take a look at how the counties are now viewing the American people.
Here is the Kitsap County's own document, 3rd edition, printed in 1999, concerning those who resist tyranny and world government. Their own document targets those who believe we are headed towards a one world government. They even trace the source of the one world government conspiracy to the Bible. Here is Kitsap County's list of unlawful belief types, theologies, and organizations. They group other lawful men in with these groups: neo-Nazis, KKK members, white supremacists, skinheads, white separatists, Aryan Nation members. They also include 2 other unknown groups called Christian Identity Followers and Christian Jural Societies. Most of these groups are well known, and so is their wanted destruction of innocent men, sometimes justified through perverted theology. If you believe our nation's supreme law is the Constitution, and those who take oaths of office to defend the Constitution need to defend the Constitution instead of giving it lip service, you are a constitutionalist. You are unlawful. If you believe in the Second Amendment right to bear arms without some administrative branch regulating your right, you are a Second Amendment extremist. You are unlawful. If you believe the people's right to form militia groups to defend the nation and self is recognized by the Constitution, you are a militia group. You are unlawful. If you believe our form of government designed and passed down to us deserves attention and due diligence to not only protect it, but birth the environment in which it and its citizens can flourish, you are a patriot. You are unlawful. If you don't want the government indoctrinating your children in public schools concerning alternative lifestyles, or if as a business or church you don't want to be forced to hire someone because they are gay, if you don't want the government to redefine marriage, you are an anti-gay fanatic. You are unlawful. If you believe government by the people, for the people, started at the local level and not in central government, telling people how they should live. If you believe America should be a sovereign nation and base our justice system on American laws and not international law, you will be labeled a John Birch Society member and demonized. You are unlawful. If you believe U.S. troops should not be used as a police force on American soil, or that we should not be militarizing state and local police, Department of Fish and Wildlife, or the Parks Department, you are a posse comitatus follower. You are unlawful. If you believe in a land of common sense that should prevail over statutory law such as ordinances and revised codes, if you think there is a higher law that men have to answer to besides just administrative code, you are a common law follower. You are unlawful. If you believe the world economy has been mismanaged, if you see potential for oil disruptions via a war with Iran, if you believe it is prudent not to wait for the government to save you in a time of crisis like the victims of Katrina, therefore setting aside food and protection for you and your family, you are a survivalist. You are unlawful. If you believe our government has mismanaged not only our money, but our great-grandchildren's money through bailouts, overspending, printing worthless money, destroying the dollar, causing inflation, you are a tax protester. You are unlawful. If you believe an unborn baby is a human child and has the right to life, if you believe all life should be protected, you are a pro-life zealot. You are unlawful. If you believe in any principle of government or any form of religion that recognizes your sovereign right to possess and enjoy all civil, political, and religious rights accorded to the people under a free government, such as your castle is your home, being secure in your papers and possessions, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom to redress the government over grievances, freedom to travel, you are a free man. You are unlawful.
Our Constitution gives us 3 branches of government: the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. However, we have a 4th branch of government now, which is larger than the other 3 combined. It's called the administrative branch. And the administrative branch uses the other branches of government to harass the American people to give up their rights. They do this through fees and fines and sometimes imprisonment.
The administrative side of things, I think, is where certainly we see throughout the nation just being absolutely overblown with a level of authority they were never intended to have. And so they can run kind of innocuous under the radar, while the elected officials can sit back and have some plausible deniability. That Constitution states with specificity what each of these government entities are supposed to do. And when they start operating outside of those limitations, they are no longer valid in how they operate. They're violating the law. They're breaking the law, and they need to be held accountable to it. I believe it was George Washington who said, it's not the job of the government to hold the people in check, it's the job of the people to hold the government in check.
The administrative side of government at the county level has become the vehicle of police powers by which our neighbors at the county level see fit to take away the rights of individuals simply because they see the potential for environmental issues or the potential harm to the public. Kitsap County Rifle and Revolver Club is the embodiment of political ideas found in the Constitution. Therefore, Kitsap County considers it unlawful.
How can people stay informed?
Wonderfully in today's world of the internet, with Infowars and with others willing to print the truth and to publish the truth, and people having handheld cameras with them, we're hoping to see that sea change roll back the other direction.
America, will you stand up and be counted in this, our crucial hour?
But when you're going down the wrong road and you're headed for a cliff, slowing down is not the right answer. You have to get on the right road and do it immediately. Full speed stop, turn it around, and go back the other way. Because somewhere back there is still in our memory that wonderful thing that was America.